Thank you for having me. My name is Neil. I am from Canada. It's fine. It's fine. It's too late. Don't fucking clap at that shit. I do like me being from Canada, mostly because people usually like me being from Canada. I think it's because, you know, all of us, every single person in this room, we all have a stereotype. The big difference, my stereotype is good. Your stereotype is bad. We have the Dutch, you are cheap. The British, you are hooligans. The Belgians, you are pedophiles. Germans, German. Canadians, we are polite. We're nice people. And it's actually true. I was just in Canada recently, even just random strangers on the street. Hello, hello, hello. Dutch people? Not so much. Unless, of course, I accidentally step into a bike path. Yeah. And then everybody's like, yeah, hello! Gadverdamme, man! Sorry, jongen! No, it's funny, I know with my accent I kind of sound American, and that's fine. This is some guy, he overheard my accent recently. He's like, oh, you're American, huh? I was like, no, Canadian. He's like, close enough. How is that close enough? Like, geographically? Oh, you're American, huh? No, Mexican. Oh, wow! Close enough! I'm a big fan of Americans. Do we have any Americans here? Woo, nice. Yeah, great. Excellent. Keep up that enthusiasm after next week. But I'm a big fan, and yeah, you know, I recently met an American, super nice girl, embodied all of the stereotypes. It was just when I told her that I was from Canada, she's like, no way! You're Canadian? Wow. Do you know Trevor? Like, really? Do you have any idea how large Canada is? And I couldn't even finish. I just turned my back and I walked away. As soon as I got home, I called Trevor. I was like, oh my God! What a coincidence! Now I'm excited to be here. I feel like a little vulnerable now. I know Mezrab's all about vulnerability. I've experienced some trauma recently. Yeah. Because a couple months ago, I had hair. Some laughter hurts. I had hair and now I do not. And I was balding for a while and I was ready to just be bald. Because for a long time, I have to be honest with you, I was in denial. I would tell people, I'm not losing my hair. I'm finding my scalp. Yeah, and I was nervous. I was scared. You know, I'm self-conscious. And I was worried about how I might appear to the opposite sex. Well, I am proud to announce that I am having just as little sex now as before. I was not, it wasn't all worries, you know. I was kind of excited. I was excited to be a part of a new club, you know. Fucking yeah, boy. How long have you been a member? 2 years. 2 years, nice. Wow, I'm literally like 2 months. You look fucking great. What's your name? One again? Fucking club member. Great. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Nice. Cool, man. What's nice is because now I'm in the bald club. So now every time I see a guy and the bald guy, anytime I see a bald guy on the street, I'm like, hey. Every time he's like, hey. I'm in the tall club, obviously. Every time I see a tall guy, I'm like, hey. Like, hey. Actually, on the way to the show tonight, I saw a tall, bald, black guy. I was like, hey. He was like, no. Not cool enough. I think it's really important to for everybody to realize why we and every balding man is balding. It's just genetic. It's on the from the maternal line. So my mother's father, he was bald by like 21. And actually, I was looking at some old family photos, and I realized with my bald head, if I just grew a mustache, I would look exactly like my mother. But it is just genetic, you know? And the reason why we're balding is very simple. It is an excess of the manly hormone, testosterone. Fucking what? It just so happens that my excess of testosterone is concentrated in my forehead up. The rest is 100% pure estrogen. That would explain my severe mood swings, my love of cuddling, and my massive clit. Medium-sized clit. My tiny clit. Listen, I'm all about equality, yeah? I'm 100% equal for all the sexes. But I think we can only really, truly reach true equality is if we understand that if an excess of our hormone, testosterone, develops hair loss, and an excess of the lady's hormones, estrogen, develops breast tissue. This right here, male equivalent of huge fucking titties. And yes, ladies, it's real. Ladies, my eyes are down here. Hello, God. I am more than just a great fucking skull. You guys are great. You guys are a really fun crowd. I'm excited to be here. It has been a tough a while. Wait till the fucking cackle from the back starts again. Here we go. Never being vulnerable at Mezrab again. Now, again, I don't mean to bring it down. You guys I feel comfortable enough with you to be honest with you. And yeah, I went through some depression not so long ago, last year. Won't go into the details of how I got depressed, but yeah, it was really bad. And for a long time, I called myself fucking the happiest guy in the world. And then, I became the saddest guy in the world. And to be able to be honest about depression is important because I got to a point where I started going to this Dachbehandling, this day treatment center, and it was a treatment center for people who were moderately to severely depressed, even suicidal. Really lovely place, lovely people. You have to be careful with the words that you choose. There's one guy, I was like, hey man, you're cool, I'm cool, let's hang soon. Out, hang out. Not by our necks. I went through all the treatment, I started taking the antidepressants as prescribed. For me, one of the worst Side effects, of course, is the effect on the libido. I feel in today's medical technology, we can create a pill that is half antidepressant and half Viagra. I mean, yeah, I would still be sad and alone, but at least it'd be rock hard. I kept going to this day treatment center. Then at one point, I felt better, and I realized that I had turned a corner, and I suggested to the day manager that perhaps as part of my own healing process, I could put on a comedy show for all of the patients. And he immediately said yes, and I immediately said, fuck, what have I done? What a terrible crowd. Literally the worst crowd. And I started to regret it. And I was like, what if I get up there and I just start telling jokes and they just sit there silently staring at me, judging me. I was like, Neil, it's okay. You've done a show for just Dutch people before. And I did the show and I killed it. I'll be honest with you, I killed it. Yeah. And I cannot tell you how much better it feels to kill it than myself. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so really, if I'm being honest, I went from being the happiest guy in the world to being the saddest guy in the world. And now, today, I am the okayest guy in the world. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's I feel life is good, which is crazy because life has recently been less good. Because in July, my mom passed away. Yeah, she was really beautiful. She passed away on July 8th, and she was a wonderful woman, beautiful on the inside and on the outside. And the whole it was cancer. It came back, it was really tough. But she didn't. 6 months old, she actually fought cancer. It was in her eye, and she had to have her eye removed and had a prosthetic, like a glass eye, replaced. And for her whole life, she had this glass eye, and she was very private about it. She didn't talk much about it, and me, my brother, and sister, it was always like a mystery. I knew that every 10 years or so, she would get a new one hand-painted. And, we never saw her, we never saw the eye outside of her skull, or saw the inside of her skull without the eye. Last year, she came to visit me in Amsterdam, her and my dad. And we came to this show, actually. And before the show, I said, hey, Mom, I wrote a joke about your glass eye. Is it okay if I tell it? And she said, over my dead body. So... Fuck, I didn't kill her, okay? I'm just saying. It's a dark joke, and I get it. It's a dark joke, and especially for my mom, and especially on her left side. One of the last conversations that I had with my mom, at least practical conversations, she said, Neil, when you go through my stuff, you're going to find my eyes. And then I kept staring at her face, and words kept coming out of her mouth. But I feel like at that point, she said something, and what I heard was, Neil, you're going to find my eyes. Wah 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 wah. So I had no idea what I should do with them and where to find them. It was a few days later that unfortunately she passed away. And you're still laughing at the wrong part. Me and my brother and my sister were going through my parents' bedroom and just trying to find certain things, and we couldn't find them. And honestly, finding my mom's eyes became like as far as my mom's possessions go, it was like the Holy Grail. Yeah, the Holy Grail, missing an eye. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's a brand new joke. I hope you guys know. Yeah, and anyways, one day, me and my sister are in the living room, and then we hear my brother, who's in my parents' bedroom, and he's like, "Guys!" And to this day, I don't know if my brother yelled "guys" or "eyes." But my sister and I were in that bedroom in the blink of an... Yeah. And so as soon as we arrived, my brother is in the room and he's holding up like a white pill bottle, and I looked at him and I looked at the pill bottle. I was like, is that her eye? And my brother said, yeah. And then with his left hand, he held up a Ziploc bag with 9 more. Yeah. And so I looked in the bag, and my immediate reaction of sort of disgust, gross, it turned to a beautiful connection of love with my mom. And it was a very special moment. And I was so grateful that we found them. It was a few weeks after that we had the celebration of life. And it was a wonderful celebration of life. I ended up being the MC for the celebration. There's a few hundred people there, close family and friends. And I said, how beautiful it is that we can all gather here to celebrate my mom's life. Because I know how much my mom meant to all of you. And I know how much all of you meant to my mom. And I know what every single person in this room would not give to have one last chance to look into my mom's eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, please look underneath your seats. 10 lucky yous win 10 lucky eyes! No, I didn't do that. That would be inappropriate. Disrespectful. So I got 2 of the eyes. I was like, no! No, I didn't do that either. Again. Disrespectful. The idea, I didn't even bring up my mom's glass eye. Because the idea of having to me making some cheap joke with some shitty laughs about, my mom's eye in a room full of people, I would not. That's just rude. So what happened to the eyes? Me and my brother and sister, we decided to donate them. We donated them to my mom's favorite 3 children. So I got 3 of her eyes at my apartment, about a 10-minute bike ride from here. It's on my altar. It's in a very special place, in a very special wooden box, hand-carved wooden box. And sometimes, if I really, if I really am missing my mom, if I really want to feel like a connection with my mom, then I just sit down next to the altar, and I open up the box, and I look inside. And I think I Yeah, it's nice that I know that they're there, and there they will stay forever and always. But I did think it'd be pretty cool. What? No, it's nice. I do need that back, please. Thank you. No, it's this is actually looks exactly like my mom. Eye candy. Oh God, no, that was fuck you. No. Can we just edit that one for the video cameras later? We'll just pretend I stopped earlier. And what's funny is my friend stole this from his kid's Halloween candy yesterday. And it's like, Neil, you're gonna want this. I was like, yes, please. Yeah, hey, I just want to, it's about my family. I know it's a theme now, but before all this went down, when I went to Canada recently, I got something real special. I got to pick up my niece from school. Her name is Ruby. She's 9 years old. She's the light of my life. And it was very special because, I'd never done that before. And I barely get to see her. And so I arrived at the school, and as soon as I arrived, she's on the playground with her friends, and they're like, not it. I was like, fuck it, I'll step in, I'll step up, I'll be it. I was like, hey, what's the game? And my niece is like, well, you chase us, and you grab us, and you tickle us. I was like, not it. I was like, fuck it. So they start running, and I start running, and I'm grabbing, and I'm tickling, and I'm grabbing, and I'm tickling. And more kids join in, and more kids. And literally, at this point, kids are just coming up to me and asking me, hey, can you tickle me? I'm like, all right. Give them one of these and keep on running. And I'm grabbing and tickling a lot of kids on this playground. Which was funny because that was the exact moment I realized I was grabbing and tickling a lot of kids on a playground. And then I looked up and I locked eyes with this mother, and this mother clearly did not appreciate me being it. So proactively, before she even had a chance to say a word, I was like, oh, hey, I swear I'm related to one of these kids. And she was like, oh, yeah? Which one? I was like, my niece had left the playground. And then she was like, it's a true story. She was like, I don't think it's appropriate that you're tickling the children. I was like, listen, lady, neither do I. I didn't say that. I wish I said that. Because what I actually said, I immediately regretted. But they were asking for it. That's when I immediately left the playground, got back into my windowless van. And I realized I don't have a niece. No, I do. I was there for a reason. I swear, I do. I was. Now, what I realized is that in Canada, you cannot touch the kids at all. You know? I feel like in the Netherlands, the Dutch wouldn't give a shit. And Belgium would encourage it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Neil Robinson. Thank you very much.